You're welcome to Break the Bars of Iron program, and thanks for tuning in today. Last week, we looked at concepts. We defined the concept, and we also looked at the relevance of a concept to our lives. Concepts are very relevant to our lives, as blood is to our lives. If our concepts are wrong, then our lives will be meaningless. We shall always be in a crisis. Today, we are going to be looking at our first concept. This concept that we're about to look at controls all humanity today. And that is the concept of understanding. For the past 5,000 years, the true concept of understanding has been lost in our world systems. Our world is controlled by 4 categories of people or categories of groups. We are controlled by scientists. We are controlled by ancient philosophers. We are controlled by theologians of repute and other great men of the times. All these great men of the times struggled with the true concept of understanding. In fact, when we look at one of the most read books in the world today, which is the Bible, we read about one of the closest friends of God. Job had a problem of understanding. He wanted to know the source of wisdom and the place of understanding. King Solomon said, wisdom is the principal thing. In all, get understanding. What that means is that wisdom is important, but understanding is a better option. So we need to know the relevance of this concept to our future. King Solomon father said, we need to put our trust in God and we shouldn't lean on our own understanding. What that means is that humanity has a way of looking at things different from God. The concept of understanding that is presently in the world today is man-made. When you ask a lot of professionals and intellectuals to define the word understanding, they have different versions and explanations. Why? Because it's a complicated word. They will tell you that understanding is to know a subject. Understanding is intellectual awareness about a subject. They will also tell you that understanding is having a good judgment. That's all they will tell you. But when you look at our present position on the earth, it is a problem. Why? Because Adam and his wife Eve were born on the earth. The children and ourselves were born in the world. That may sound to be contradictory at the moment, but when you continue watching this program, it will make sense in the coming episodes. So with the exemption of Adam and his wife Eve, all humanity were born in the world. And that's where we're having a lot of problems. God himself created the heavens and the earth. He never created the world. So we need to understand what kind of world did God create on the earth, on the original earth. That's the information. they do not want you to know. So, what is God's understanding of the concept? Now, to understand God's concept and way of looking at things, it is important we analyze how He did His things in the past. In the book of Genesis, we see the order of creation. Everything was in pairs. He created the day and the night. He created light and darkness. Everything was in pairs. He created man and a woman. Jesus Christ had to come on the earth and he had to die. Jesus Christ ascended into heaven and he will return. Everything is in pairs. When you look at your body parts, everything is in pairs. You've got 2 ears, 2 sets of eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs. Everything on the earth is in pairs. And so are his words and understanding on things. What does God look at? He focuses so much on the original idea he implanted into your future. So what is understanding according to God's own view? Now, the English word understanding comes from 2 words. It has the word under and it has the word standing. Under means you, the person, the viewer, going underneath an object or surface. And standing refers to an upright position. So when you add these 2 words together, it means you, the viewer, going underneath an upright position. Now, for the past 5,000 years, we have relied on our own traditions. We have gone underneath those traditions, and that's why we are in a crisis today. God wants to change things. He wants us to lean on his original understanding. He wants us to go under the original position that he created us to be in. He wants us to go underneath his original idea. And it's very shocking to see that the original idea is dormant within you. That is the reason why we've got a program of this kind. So understanding is more about you aligning yourself and your life according to God's original idea for your life. Next week, we are looking at other concepts that will help you to align your life according to how God created you to be in. God bless you and see you next week. Thank you for watching.